working very closely at identifying what Haiti has in its soil in terms of gold mines, to put it on our balance sheet in order to go out and be able to borrow on the private capital market, which hasn't been done in the past. There was always a taboo about going and exploiting some of the natural resources that we have. So once we have that on the balance sheet, Haiti would be in a better, more resilient position in order to go out on the private capital market. When we're talking about aid, we've been living on borrowed time, because foreign aid was never meant to pass muster against the principle of self-determination, sustainability, and equality. No country has experienced economic development while nourished on foreign aid. It's a band-aid for what we readily admit are deep structural faults. Under the leadership of President Martelly, we are shifting the dynamic by encouraging investment, both domestic and foreign. Haiti is open for business has been a mantra of the new president. We've been working day and night, tirelessly, to put in place a set of policies that will build confidence and attract investment dollars to Haiti, enhance security, fight corruption, which we hope in turn will spur the economic growth. And Haiti this year is, in terms of macroeconomic, Haiti will have the fastest growing economy in the Caribbean at 6.5%. The closest one in Suriname, that will be at 4.5%. And over the course of our 24 months in office, we've been guided by the parameters of our strategic national development plan that has established firm goals, KPIs, and the vision of having Haiti as an emerging country in 2030. Under the terms of this strategic plan, we are focusing on 4 major pillars of action areas that include territorial building, economic building, social rebuilding, and institutional rebuilding. Each of these areas has developed specific programs aimed at addressing specific development challenges. I'm going to start with the territorial rebuilding that calls for programs and projects linked with regional and urban planning, community development, environmental protection, watershed rehabilitation, urban renewal, national transportation systems, nationwide electricity distribution, expansion of the telecom system. The good news is Haiti is covered with 99% fiber optic and has internet now almost everywhere in the most rural areas. You will find internet. This is a major development for a country fighting to find the development way. The creation of a national digital network. We also aim to improve the drinking water supply and sanitation capacities, including solid waste management. In the rebuilding of the economy, we are focusing on the implementation of coherent macroeconomic policy, support to private investment, modernization and revitalization of our agricultural sector, livestock and fisheries production, upgrading the competitive sectors of the Haitian economy, such as manufacturing and the tourism industry. Haiti has one of the nicest islands in the Caribbean, the smaller islands around the main island. And for some reason, the past governments never felt like bringing tourism development to those islands. So we are doing something different. We are investing in one of the nice, you can go Google it on the internet if you want. It's called Île Avache. It's one of the nicest islands. It's the pearl of the Caribbean. And it's 45 square kilometers, white sandy beaches, coconuts, and believe me, you will have the sun all year. We are developing that island, and we have hope that this will be a tourist destination, independent tourist destination as we're building an independent airport. We are building road infrastructure on the island. And what we're doing it with is 93% of Haiti's investment budget comes from the funds given to Haiti through an agreement that we have with Venezuela called the Petro-Caribe funds. Those account for about $40 million a month of development dollars. So these are used for growth, economic growth projects, tourism development, infrastructure building, and also risk and disaster protection, as the country is always hit by natural disasters. We are a very socially responsible government, and we believe that it's the responsibility of the government to invest in its people, to take care of our home. In the social rebuilding aspect, we've, in 12 months, we put together a free schooling system. Over 1.2 million children today are going to school in the primary sector. That's 50% of the children that can go to school are going. We've increased the attendance of secondary school from 54 to 88% of the attendance. We've included a social assistance program that, especially for women, that take care of the mothers living in extreme poverty. And because we didn't have the means to cover everybody, we took a sample of, right now, 100,000 mothers living in, I would say, subhuman conditions. We are helping them by giving them monthly subsidies, so long as it's a conditional cash transfer program, so long as they have at least one child that attends schools regularly. And then we have those that are not attending school, they are put into a free education program, so that we have, one, assistance to the mothers, and two, assistance to the children, so that they can have at least something to eat every day, that they can go to school, which was not the case before. We have, on top of the social assistance program, believe it or not, a country that has all the social needs that Haiti does. We, here in the U.S., you lose your job, you have unemployment, you have food stamps. There, you didn't have it before. So now we put together a program of food stamps that is currently feeding close to 500,000 Haitians. And we're doing it at the same time we are relaunching the agricultural sector, because all ingredients put into the food basket are purchased from locally grown organic growers living in rural Haiti. So we guarantee their production, and the government guarantees the purchase from them, and in turn bag it and feed those that are in the red areas, which are the areas where extreme hunger is hitting the country. We cannot have a society that's more just without thinking of how to bridge the inequalities that exist in the society. There is a lot of inequalities, a lot of very rich and very poor. So in order to bridge the divide, we felt important first to start with a bridge program to take care of those that are dying of hunger, those that are living in a very bad condition, and those that are the most vulnerable. And a simple fact that what we did last month and that nobody thought about is 95% of the Haitian population eats rice when the price of rice allows it. So when we got into office, the 1 pound of rice, which is a cup of rice, feeds the whole family for 1 day. And it costs about 40 cents per cup. Before Hurricane Isaac, there was a shortage. The price went from 40 cents a cup to 60 cents a cup. That alone cut out about 600,000 people from a daily meal, the 20-cent price increase. So what we're doing, the government decided to stabilize prices. We're putting together a commission, and the commission now imports part of the rice consumption and puts it on the market at a lower price. That has forced all prices to come down about 45% and allowing over 800,000 people to have a daily meal just on that simple fact, while we're working on the local production and growing our own